Hi, it's Talitha from Faith Foods and Finds and Mum's Journey, and today we're making chocolate chip cookies. So you want to grab 125 grams of butter and melt it, 250 grams of chocolate chips, half a teaspoon of salt, 1 egg, a teaspoon of vanilla, a teaspoon of baking powder, half a teaspoon of baking soda, a quarter cup of brown sugar, and half a cup of sugar. Now you want to grab a mixing bowl. This one I scored from the op shop for $2. It's so good and I use it every day. You want to add in your butter, add in the sugar. Now FYI, I am using a half cup, so just bear with me. And I'm going to add in the brown sugar. Now we're going to add in the vanilla. Now here's my secret to achieving those chewy, delicious chocolate chip cookies with a hard outer and soft inner. So good. You want to use a beater. Now using the beater actually creates a light and fluffy texture, and this is exactly what you want. So yes, right now we're creaming the butter, vanilla and sugar. Then afterwards, we're going to crack the egg, add it in and beat again. I suggest you pause right now, get all your dry ingredients because we're going to use them now. We're going to add in the flour and we're going to sift it all in together. Again, I'm using the half cup, so it appears to be a lot, but it is the 1.5 cups of flour. Now we're adding in our half teaspoon of salt and our baking soda. Now we're adding the teaspoon of baking powder. And now proceed to sift it all. Now I'm going to grab a spoon and mix it all together. This will take about 3 to 4 minutes. Now we're going to grab our chocolate chips and add those in and continue mixing. When it starts becoming a thickened consistency, you can put down the spoon and start forming it together with your hands. You now want to grab some parchment paper or baking paper and lay that down. Bring in the cookie dough. We are going to grab small sections, roll them in our palms and put them down on the parchment paper. Continue for the rest. Now if you're making these small to medium sized cookies, this batch will produce about 17. Now the next step is using a fork to press them down, which obviously helps, but it also gives it that really cool look on top. Now place them on your baking tray. We're going to bake them in the oven at 374 degrees Fahrenheit, that is 190 degrees Celsius, and do that for about 10 to 12 minutes. And voila, here are the beautiful golden chewy chocolate chip cookies. I really enjoyed making them, but more especially I enjoy eating them. They're so good and I love them. They're a great sweet snack. If you want to check out my other recipes, you can find them here as well as down in the description box down below. Enjoy!